Yeah, good evening, everyone. Everyone is able to hear me? Everyone is able to hear me? Okay. So how are you doing all? So how are you doing all? Okay. All right then. So where are we? So where are we already? I was telling you last week. So last week we were studying this one, right? Git merge problem and all that, right? Now, so now what we will do is so now what we'll do is now we have the code in the local repo. Local repo. And we need to push this to remote repo. Push this to remote repo. I mean, we can say local repository. And this is your remote repository. Right? So to create the remote repository, we can use different remote Git servers like github.com or bitbucket.com or gitlab.com, all this. So for this practical purpose, I have account already. You can create accounts in any of this. You can create. You can create in any of this. So this is github.com. I already have my own account. So this is my account. Okay, in this we can create different repositories. So each repository belongs to one project. So you can log into, you can create own account in github.com. Create one repository in github.com. Where each repository belongs to one project. So for example, I'll create one repository here. Let me create one repository here. Click on new. So I'll create like DevSecOps 4th batch. This is my repository. Okay, you can create this repository and I'll make this as a public repository. And you can just click on create. Just click on create. Now you see, if you see here already they have given comments like, see, Git init, you know how to create a local repository. Next, till this, right? Till this, Git init is a local repository. Add is like adding the file to staging. Commit is committing from the stage to local repository. We have seen this. Now, what I told you, right? This, remember, I told you, right? From this, so when I say git add, it will add to the stage area. When I say git commit, it will has to commit area. Now from commit area, we have to send this to this remote repository. That means, so this is my workspace. And then say this is my workspace where this is where my code working directory. And from here I'll say git. From here I'll say git push. Sorry, git add. This will go to stage area of local repository. Stage area of local repository. This is the stage area. So this is your local repository. Okay. Next we have commit area. So now from stage area to commit area, we will say git commit. Right. Now till now we have seen this part. Till now we have seen this part. We give some message here, -m and some message, something like this. Now I have my own account in github.com. This is the separate third-party Git server where you can save the code safely. Because this is all this in your local machine. It is not good to save the code in local machine permanently. I told you. Because what happens if your laptop crashes or happens? So you lose the code. So always better to save the code in github.com. That is in third-party server. So here I created one repository, which is the DevSecOps 4th batch. This is the repository. For the batch, right? So this is the DevSecOps 4th batch. So now what I'll do is, now from here, I have to send the code to here. So for that, what I'll do, I'll add these two comments. I will add these two comments. I will add these two comments. Git remote add origin. I'll add these two comments. And then I'll say git push -u origin. I'll show you what will happen now. What I'll do, now I'll go to this local repository. Here I'll say git branch. Mine is master branch. The current branch is master. Now this is my local repository. Now what I'll do now? I'll add these two comments. This command. See, I can directly say push -u. See, I'm giving an alias name for this. That's all. See, what I'm doing is, see, I'll show you. Let me add like this. So I'll say, I'll just take this command. Next, I'll say git push -u origin. Okay. Okay, let me put this as a master branch. Now see, I'll say this as master. Now in this remote repository also, you'll have a master branch created. In the master branch, all the code is pushed. Now if I go here and take this repository, now you see, now Now you see, I got all these files, you see. Whatever in my local repository, local system, all these files are there. A.java, B.java, C.java. See, all these are there in my server now, you see. See, what I've done is, see, I created one alias. This is the remote server URL. So this is the remote server URL, remote GitHub URL. Remote GitHub server URL. And I created an alias for this. So this is an alias. So this is an alias to the alias means to the remote GitHub server URL. This is an alias to the remote GitHub server URL. Now what I'm doing is I'm just creating an alias, this command. So what this command is doing is, so this command is creating an alias. Alias means a second name, an alternate name. Creates an alias to remote GitHub server URL. Right? And what we are doing now, now what is origin? Origin is alias, right? Instead of referring this bigger name, instead of referring this complete URL, now I can refer this with an alias. Now what I'm doing now, I'm saying now, push the code, which is in your commit area. Push the code from local repository, commit area to origin, which refers to GitHub URL, GitHub repository URL. Okay. And specify which branch also. See, just like in local repository, you'll have in remote repository the branch also, and specify branch also, like master or etc. Now you see, whatever now the code is in the commit area in my local repository. Now you see, whatever this A.java, B.java, that is there here, you see. Everyone is able to see, right? See, with the comments also it is coming. Whatever the comments that I pushed with the local repository, the same comments are coming. See, everyone is able to see here, right? After executing the command, in this repository, DevSecOps for this is the new repository. See, repository means you can think like it is a storage for files. So for one project, you'll have one repository. So for the under this repository, you have all these files. Everyone understood this point? This one? Everyone understood clear? Everyone clear? Okay. So, okay, what needs to be repeated here? So which part has to be repeated? This commit part. Till this part, it is done. You are clear, right? Till this part. Yeah, that's what even the new link, when you got this Zoom new link, because earlier it was old link, right? This Zoom new, this meeting link, when you got this new link? 2 days back you got it. Okay, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is your, see, till this part, everyone understood, right? I told you this, till this part, till the local, because this last week, we were seeing till this area. Now, what is the new thing that we have to know? This entire thing is in your local system, right? So this entire thing is in your local system, right? This entire thing is in your local system, in your local machine. So this entire thing is there. Now, what you are doing from local machine, you are pushing the code. I mean, sorry, from your local repository, you are pushing this code to the remote server, because this is your server. Because whatever you are doing the code in your local machine, you have to push that code to server. Because I told you in the beginning of the session that GitHub, this code version control, source code version control system is not only for versioning, but is also to safeguard your code from your local system crash, so that the code will be saved in your server permanently. So for that, what I'm doing now, I want to see, I can directly use this command, git push command, and give this URL in place of this origin. I can do this complete URL. I can give. This is your remote GitHub server URL. So, but what I am doing is, it is better always to create an alias. Alias means second name, an alternate name. The name is origin. And this, for this entire URL, I'm creating an alias. Now I'll say git. So I'll say git remote add origin and this remote GitHub server URL. And in the second command, I'll say git push -u origin. And also I'll specify which branch. This is which. So master is this is the branch. This is remote server branch. This is remote server, that is GitHub. This is github.com branch. This is github.com DevSecOps 4th batch. Remote repo branch. See, after you're done, what happened now? After you pushed the code from this commit area to this, now you can see whatever the files that are there in your local system, in your local repository, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now all have been now pushed to your server. Now this is there in your server. You can see A.java, B.java, C.java, D. See, what are the files along with the code, along with the commits, the messages. See, while committing, you'll give the message, right? Those messages are also appearing here. Yeah, I told you, right? Alias is a alternate name. See, I can give directly like this also. I can give like this also. Git push -u. I can give the complete this one. .git master. I can give like this also. I can give like this also. This is the complete URL. In place of this URL, I'm creating a alternate name. Alias means alternate name. alternate shortcut name. Short name. So in place of this, I create. What I'll do is just 1 minute. In place of this, create a short name, which is called alias, So in the first command, I'll create like that. I'll say git remote, add, this is the alias, short name, origin. You can give any name to this origin, and this name refers to this long name, actually, this long URL. Now in the second command, now in place of this complete URL, I give short name. So that this short name is referring to the complete long name. Understood, everyone? Everyone clear? Any doubts till this part? Any doubts? Clear or not? Those who has asked the questions. What about others who has asked this question? Who has asked the doubts? Shashikant Gaikwad. Then what about others? Where we have configured the first command, right? The first command say, I'm mapping this URL with this alias. This git remote add, this command, this alias is mapping with this URL. Right? Right. How this works if we had placed in GitHub? What is, I did not understand your question. How this works if you had, I mean, if anyone want to run our code. Okay, so see now code is, so now let us think a developer one from his machine, from his local repository. He has pushed the code, pushed to the code to the github.com. So to a remote repository, something like DevSecOps 4th, but this is my remote repository. I created with this name, right? You can create with any name. Now another developer from his machine, he has to pull this code done by this developer. So for that, he can get this code to his, so he can use git pull command. So this is using git push command. He's pushing this code. Now he can use now git pull command to pull the code. So this command will, so this command will, so this command, git pull command, this command will pull the code from remote repository. Okay. See, if you are using Eclipse or any other tool, the basic underlying commands are these commands. That's why it is always, you should use, it is always better to learn these commands. Okay. Now let me now give. So let me know what I'll do, So currently now I don't have two machines, right? Currently I don't have two machines now. But what I can do, I can create two separate folders. So see, one folder is in this git local repo in the DevSecOps 4th batch. I create two separate folders. So one is in git DevSecOps 4th batch. Okay. Git local repo. Right. This is your okay. And already I have pushed the code from here. Right. Already I pushed the code from here to the github.com. In the DevSecOps 4th batch. This is a remote repository. Remote repository name. Right. So I used git push command. Now what I'll do, I don't have access to the recorded videos. You have to contact admin only. Now what I'll do, I'll create one more folder. Same DevSecOps. A subfolder or some I'll create for the batch. Git local repo 1 I'll say. And what I'll do, I'll use here git pull command. Here I'll say git pull command. Right. So this is what I do. Okay. So what are the files that are there here? Say like a.java, right? b.java. What are the files that are there? c.java, d.java, right? e.java, e.java, f.java. Now all these are pushed to here, right? Already we have seen this. Already I showed you this. Now we'll pull these files again to this. Right? So I'm trying to simulate. I'm trying to simulate this real-time scenario. Like a developer 1 machine, developer 2 machine, push command, pull command. Now instead of I don't have 2 machines, right? I can show you now 2 folders in 2 folders. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll use git pull command. Okay. So what I'll do, so just let me create now one more new folder, git local repo one. Okay. So let me now make this also as a local repository. cd git local repo one. Now I'll say git init. That's all. So git init means it is creating a new local repository. Now what I'll do, I'll pull the command. I'll now do the pull. I'll say git pull. I'll say git pull. I'll give this URL. Okay. .git. I'll just give like this. Now you see, it is pulling the data. It is pulling all the code. Now you see, I'll now see in this local repo, I can see all these files. You see, so I can see all these files. That means all these files have been pulled from here. I can see A, B, C, D, E, F. Understood, right, everyone? So from this, I have pushed to the github.com. Then from here, I have pulled to the other. You can think like this is another machine. So I try to create a scenario like this. But since I don't have 2 machines, I'm showing with 2 folders. So I'll give git pull command and I'll give that complete URL. So while doing pushing also can give complete URL, but only I just showed you with alias name. Here I have what I have given. I have given git pull and this is a complete pull URL. GitHub URL. Everyone understood or not? Clear? So I try to create this scenario. Everyone clear? Doubts? Any doubts till now? Any doubts? Any questions till now? Right? No doubts, right? Everyone clear, right? No, by default, whatever the master branch by default. See, if you want to pull from another branch, you have to specify here git pull command and you have to give the branch name here. Suppose if you want to pull from develop branch, suppose in my remote, I don't have develop branch currently. So by default, it's a master branch. So I'll just say this one. Automatically, whatever your current branch, master branch is there, it will automatically pull that. Okay. So by default, it will take the master branch and pull it. Everyone clear on the things, everyone? So with this, we have completed the git tool, git thing. So Ideally, we were supposed to complete last week only, but I went on leave, right? So with this, we completed 6 tools actually. What is the use of branch? I think I told you this, right? I think I told you this actually. If you remember, I have clearly. See, branch means like, I think I told you this, branches, where you'll initially start with the development branch and then merge to master branch. And then you can take another branch from master branch and you can do some enhancements to that. Branch means like different, for example, first you start with the development branch. Then you will actually uh, merge that to master branch, right? And then suppose you want to do some enhancements, new releases, you will create one release branch and then do the changes in the release branch and again merge with the master branch. Like that branch, the use of branch is like different people from different teams who are working in the same project. They can create their own branches for different enhancements or different releases. Suppose in agile sprint, you'll have different sprints. You'll create one sprint, one branch. You'll create one sprint two branch, sprint three branch, and finally merge it to master branch. Right? So I actually I put the detailed diagram. I think last week I've spent a lot of time on this actually. Right? And I also showed like how the merge conflicts we can handle, what is merging and all that. So branch, you can think like there will be one main branch called master branch. And under this branch, we can create different branches where different people can work on different branches for their respective enhancements. Okay, say sprint one enhancement, sprint two enhancement like that. And finally merge to the master branch and push that code to the github.com. And yeah, so you have to give call and see when I say git to show commit ID. Say for example, I'll show you like this. Just 1 minute. I'll say git log. So let me do one thing. Git log. Why it show? Why it is not coming? My command prompt window is getting stuck up. See, you can actually see this is the first commit. Here you can see git show. Here you can see another git show. Okay. See, I'll also tell you one more tool. I wanted to, you can use that tool also. The tool is also very good tool. You can go to see. First, you should know these comments. These comments are important. But I want to tell you one more tool. See, there's a very good tool, Atlassian source tree. Source tree. You can download this. You can, instead of commands, you can just see like this, what commits on what. See, I already downloaded this source tree. Let me go to source tree now. So what I'll do now? Just 1 minute. Huh? Okay, tomorrow what I'll do is tomorrow I'll install the source tree. Some of the issue is there in my system. Tomorrow I'll install source tree. I'll install this source tree. I'll show you this. Okay, this is it is a very, very good tool actually. So instead of using this command prompt and typing git commands, I mean git commands you should know compulsory. This is there as part of your syllabus. Okay, you can use a graphical user interface instead of using these git commands. You can use a graphical user interface, which I'll show you tomorrow quickly. You can start using this tool also. In the meanwhile, download this app. Okay, with a Git GUI, means graphical user interface. I'll show you this. Tomorrow I'll install this once again. There is some issue in my path. I'll show you this, okay? Whatever we have seen till now using commands, using graphical user interface, we can do that, okay? All right then, tomorrow we'll continue then. Okay then, thank you all. See you tomorrow then, thank you all. Yeah, you can just see source tree, you see here? Source tree. See here. I'm sending you this link. Okay then. So thank you all. See you tomorrow. I'll show you this tool. Yeah, I already shared the notes. Only today's notes I did not share, but till last session I already shared the notes. Just check in your Google Classroom link. I already shared just today only I shared. Just see that. Okay. Okay then. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.